sure this is going to work, but we're gonna try it. Never works on the first try. This might be harder than I thought. Woo! Forgot to call move and slide. Let's see if this fixes it. No. Where are you going? That's wrong. Why is it doing that? If not is on floor. I think it's because of this. If not is on floor, velocity, get gravity. Else. What if we do velocity here? Velocity. And then we go to dodge right. Where's my jump state? Jumping state velocity of y equals jump velocity. Where's my jump velocity at? 12. Okay, so the move and slide works. In the entered. Okay. Let's try this one out. Hopefully this time I don't go floating up in the air. So we're strafing, dodge. Oh, look at that. It worked. We just need to refine it now. So when we go right, we can dodge right. We go up a little bit. Okay. I just want it to be a much quicker dodge, right? Let's go. It's getting there, it's getting there. We needed to dodge along the direction. So that's a big issue too. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I don't think I'm ready to do this dodge mechanic. This is much more complicated than I thought. I'm probably gonna have to work on this off stream. So right now the dodge is just moving him along the x-axis, like the global x-axis. Which is not right. Whoa. What's going on here? Is there no gravity in strafing state? Oh, okay. velocity.x. Velocity.x equals direction.x times straight speed. What if we just do velocity.x equals direction.x times 10? Hey, it works. Oh my gosh. As simple as that. Except right here for some reason. Okay, we sort of have it figured out. What is going on here? Vector 3. Tangent. Direction to target. That's Z. Calculate the tangent. We get the input direction for our direction equals tangent times input direction plus direction to target times input dot y. Okay. very clunky. And why is it slow right here? But when we get to the side, it's a lot faster. I think it's because we don't want to go in a circle. So what if I get rid of this plus? This plus direction to target times input.y. Just the tangent. Maybe? No. Damn it. I don't know what the issue is. Do we need to normalize this? No, because this is already normalized. Well, maybe we do need to normalize it. What if I dot normalize all of this? Dot normalized. Dot normalized. No. Weird, man. This is weird. Normalizing didn't do anything. So strange, man. So strange. Kind of stuck. just a bit stuck. Direction to target is global position minus combat mode target. Yes, I am thinking the dodge is not working. Right now when I play and I lock on the target and I dodge right, it works well when I'm like parallel to it, but when I'm perpendicular to it, it barely moves. So it definitely needs some adjustments. Music is loud. No, it's not unlocking. So I'm using this box as an example for like a target to lock onto. Like if you're locking on a target, to be able to strafe around it. So if I hit tab, I lock onto it, right? And then I can strafe around it. And I'm trying to implement a dodge mechanic. So when I press space, and I'm moving right and I press space, it dodges right, right? So space dodges right. And that works fine when I'm like on this side of it. When I'm on this side of it, it works great. But when I'm on this side of it, like right here, and I press space, it barely moves. It's strange. So this side works fine as well. But when I'm like facing it this way, it barely moves. So I'm trying to figure out what's wrong there. I'm not using Ray. What's causing lock? So I have a state chart going on here, and it's just input is causing lock. When I press tab, it locks the position to the test target, the box. The combat mode target is the test target, and it locks that position. The issue is going to be right here, somewhere in here. I have this very well organized. I have a state machine set up, so I know that when I'm in strafing state, this is the only code running right now. So the issue has to be in here somewhere. It's not the tree, no. Are you pretty good at Godot, Dottie? You just started? Well, any feedback would be great. Because I can't figure out the issue right now. But I know the issue has to be in these lines of code right here, this strafing state, because the way this state machine is set up is, I mean, if I play this and I go into strafing, if I lock on target, we can see in the top right, we can see that the state is strafing, target locked strafing state, which means the only code running right now has to be in this strafing state. So it's got to be in here. So I've got to fix something in here to make it work the way I want it to work. You use Grok to help you parse. Who's Grok? Oop. This dodging mechanic is definitely harder than I expected it to be. I may come back to it. Keep working on these enemies. I should also set the lock to be this enemy. Yeah, I'm not dealing with forces. It's not a force pushing the character, just a velocity. Grok is X-Elon's AI. I don't even know who X-Elon's is. I'd have to look him up. So we're in target locked state, we're strafing. If I press space, when I'm moving to the right and press space, he jumps to the right. It gives him a velocity to the right. When I press space here, the velocity is very minute. And the velocity is not specifically to the X direction, because if I'm on this side it works as well. So it's just when I'm like facing, what axis would this be? The z-axis maybe? Yeah, when I'm moving along the z-axis, it doesn't seem to work very well. Or no, when I'm moving along the z-axis, it doesn't seem to be working very well. Elon Musk, X, Twitter, Grok, the AI. Yeah, I don't. Is Grok Elon Musk's AI? I have not heard anything about Elon Musk and his AI, no. I guess I'm not from this planet. Hey, do you want me to generate you a statue for in-game since you followed? I was kind of doing that, planning to do that for people who follow. How would I generate you a statue, or are you still talking about the AI thing? No, I know who Elon Musk is. I definitely know who Elon Musk is. I just haven't heard anything about Grok and his AI. I definitely know who Elon Musk is. Yeah, I I am on this planet enough to know who Elon Musk is. SpaceX person, supporter of Trump. Yeah. So this area here, this scene, I was planning grok.com, put your Coke in there and ask it why the strafing is off. Oh, okay, so it's a site. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. I will definitely look into that. So when you say X, are you talking about space X? Yeah, I've definitely tried asking some AI for help. In fact, it was kind of Google AI to help me come up with this, the whole strafing mechanic in general. And I think that might be a little bit of the issue. Like, I think I need to tweak this a little bit, just the strafing mechanic. Because I basically copied this strafing mechanic, the direction, into the dodge. So I think there's an issue with this thing that AI gave me. I mean, luckily it's not giving me, like, the important thing is not giving me any errors, right? It's not crashing the game. It's just a minor thing, right? Like, it moves fine this way, but it's very slow dodge this way. Oh, wait, look at that. When I dodge and then hit the up arrow, it moves forward. Interesting. Okay. That's a clue there. Yeah, so I'm on this side and I dodge right and then hit the up arrow, it moves me forward more than right. Interesting. SpaceX is renamed X. No, it's definitely not the trees. It's not the trees. The trees are not stopping the movement. Okay, so I think the issue is here, the direction, because when I hit the up arrow, it moved forward. So let's see, the tangent. So you got the tangent times the input direction dot x plus direction to target times input direction dot y. Wait a minute. Is this the issue? Velocity.z equals direction.z times 10.0. Dude, I swear, I think this might be the issue. I'm only calculating the x direction velocity and not the z direction velocity. See if this was the issue. Oh my god, that was the issue. Look at that. Perfect. Now it's moving, it's dodging to the right at the same speed, however, which way I'm facing it. Let's go. I can't believe that was the issue. I'm so dumb. Because I was only calculating the x velocity, the z velocity was missing. I'm dumb. We figured it out. Yes, thank you for the nudge, Dottie. Dottie, I gotta make a statue for you in game. I think you're the first follow I have. Alright, so now that my dodge right works, I can implement this in the dodge left, dodge back, and dodge forward. Hold on, I need to timestamp this. Yeah, Dottie, first statue. So here's what I was thinking. So I kind of got two themes for the statue. We got like an emote theme and a semi-realism theme. And then I like customize it how you want using like AI generation. Do you want to do that? Make enemies and trees worship you? Maybe in due time. Let's start with the statue. Would you like a statue, Dottie? And it won't look exactly like this. If you do, which style do you want? The semi-realism style or the emote style? You want the semi-realistic style? Okay, what do you want your statue to look like? Dottie, do you have any like hobbies? Because I can change it up for you. So they all look different. Like this one, for example, is like a basketball emote style, but you wanted the semi-realistic. Dodges fake attacks for training. What do you mean? Something with cats for your statue? Okay, we could try that. Siamese cat. Do you want it to just be a cat, or do you want to like have cats around you? Siamese cat. Make the statue look like a Siamese cat. Did I spell Siamese right? Siamese cat. Siamese cat. Alright. I'm going to tell AI to generate a statue with the same style, but make the statue look like a Siamese cat. We'll see what happens. Dottie Watson is a 14-year-old Siamese. Oh, she was your cat, and your cat passed away. I'm sorry. Yeah, we should definitely make a statue for Dottie. Ooh, what about this? What about that, Dottie? Yeah? Let's do it. Alright, let's turn this into a statue. We'll download that. Use this strange Chinese website, but it works really well. It's called Hunyuan. Alright, we gotta move this into viewer generations. Images. Alright, I'm going to rename this Dottie Watson. Alright, we'll generate that. It's gonna take a couple minutes, not too long though. Alright, so now that the dodge right works, I'm going to make the dodge left work and the dodge forward and back work as well. And then I also need to make the animation so that when you're dodging, it actually shows like a different animation than the strafing animation. Yeah, I'm gonna put the statues in the game for sure. Yes, I'm very glad I fixed the strafe dodge as well. I still need to fine-tune some things, like the speed at which you're dodging and stuff, but I'm glad we fixed that issue. So. Alright, so we need a dodge left. And we need a dodge forward to idle combat. So we got a dodge forward state that can transition back to idle. Yeah, if you use Godot, Dottie, I highly recommend this state chart plugin. It makes things a lot simpler to debug too. Like from what I was doing earlier, I knew exactly where I had to look. I knew exactly where the issue might be. So that saved me a lot of time. Dodge backward to idle combat. Alright, what's the issue here? Oh, that's wrong. We need a singular atomic state to be dodge forward, so we got a dodge backward state. So we got 4 dodge states: dodge right, dodge left, dodge forward, dodge backward. And all of them will transition back to idle combat once they're finished. Do I use Blender at all? Yes, I do use Blender. All the models in here are Blender, yeah. I don't really use anything else besides Blender, to be honest. Yeah, so all the models I use, well, this terrain is not a Blender. This is another plugin that helps you generate terrain. But all the models, like the player character that was made in Blender, all of the trees and plants that you see are in Blender, the enemy, Blender. Yep. Yeah, Blender is a great tool to learn for sure. Because there's so many uses for Blender as well. Not just gaming, you can use it in animation and visual effects, architecture. And the best thing about Blender is it's very general, so you can use it for all sorts of game engines. Like you could export stuff to Unity or Unreal Engine from Blender. Blender is awesome. I think your statue is finished. It's got some interesting detail on it. What do you think, Daddy? She was darker? Well, I could actually make it darker in-game. That's pretty easy to do, I think. So I'm going to download this and we'll put it in the game. This is the first time doing this, so let's see if this works. It's really easy to make it darker. I can try to make it darker. Let's close all this stuff. Folder for Daddy Watson. Select, extract. All right. All right. I think this will work. So now, if we go to not Blender. Let's make a new folder for viewer statues OBJ. Okay, it's an array mesh. Now let's go here and put the array mesh in. I think the scaling might be wrong. Whatever works is honoring my best friend. Yeah, your cat. Yeah, this will be awesome. I just need to figure it out. I think the scaling, I think we don't see it because of the scaling right now. Let's see. Okay. Okay, it's there for sure. Look at that, we just need to make it bigger. And I need to figure out why the texturing didn't carry over as well, Dottie. You know what I might need to do? I might need to open this up into Blender. Because it's the first time I've done this, but I'll figure it out. I guess I could try to figure it out right now. So it's there. It's on the statue. It's just tiny right now. I don't know why I didn't show up here. Do I have to save? Statue mesh instance. Okay, it did work. Yes, we got we got it on the pedestal. Your little statue, Dottie, of your Siamese cat, but I need to make it a lot bigger, and then I figure out why the texture didn't carry over. But we got you up there. And also what I plan to do is make like little names above it, or like a nameplate. I'll put Dottie Watson there, but I have the image saved in your name, so. Yeah, GLTF might work. FBX probably wouldn't work. Just GLTF is a bigger file, so I'm trying to figure out how to do it with OBJ. I've seen it done with OBJ before. I'm gonna figure all that out off stream though. So if you come back, it should be figured out by then. And it'll be nice and, well, I guess I could change the scale right now. I'll just figure out the textures later. Scale 3. Scale it even higher. Scale it to 6. Even bigger. What about 10? Nice. That looks awesome, that giant statue. Look at that. Congratulations, Dottie, you're the first statue, first viewer statue. So this whole kind of area is planning to, I mean, hopefully fill up one day with statues. And then maybe I can do some sort of level in here, like maybe there could be enemies, like maybe an arena or something. You could practice fighting your enemies and stuff. Cool. Put image PNG in the resource folder, then drag onto material, onto model. I did it once before. If the texture is in the list, drag it onto model. It should already be UV mapped. Let's try that. It's not letting me change the material though. What if I make it unique? Okay, I could change the material now. Alright. Dottie Watson. Okay, Dottie Watson, we'll put that in there. And okay, hold on. We're gonna. Oh, hold on. Okay. Here, this needs to be this. And then let's grab the image. The material. I'm glad we could make a statue for your cat. It's awesome. I think it's the perfect first statue. Oh, did that work? The image carried over, but I want it to look better with the normals and everything. So honestly, what I might do is open it up in Blender and well, I'd get the same issue, I think. I'd have to add... Maybe I should just do GLTF, because I know GLTF would work. Yeah, I'm gonna see if GLTF is better. If it's a lot easier to do. Let's download this as a GLB, yeah. Download as a GLB. Yeah, this is one file. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do GLB. Let's see how this works. Dottie Watson. Copy that. Copy that. Why can't I paste it in here? There we go, paste. It's sideways for some reason. Okay. But now we got all the normals and everything, so just gotta flip it. Ooh. What's going on? What if I just rotate this mesh 90 degrees this way? What? Okay. Nice. Look at that beautiful Siamese cat. You said you wanted a darker Dottie? You still here? I can see your chat. Its polycount is probably fairly high. It was 50,000. But that's why I'm kind of putting these statues in a different scene as well. It's not going to be like in the main game. It's going to be a place you can travel to in the main game. But yeah, that might be something to look into as well. Scale the node 3D, not the model. If I scale the parent node, then it's going to make the pedestal bigger. So I'm just scaling the mesh instance. Yeah, that's what I did. I attached it to placeholder. So I have a general scene here, and then we have a statue mesh, and I can just instantiate a bunch of these pedestals, and then I can drag in the mesh or copy the mesh. But again, yeah, there's some things I need to figure. Like I want to be able to see it in here. So yeah, I have a little bit of work to do on this little thing here. But for now, looks pretty good. For some reason when I'm running this though, oh, never mind. Looks like it's good. There we go. Majestic. Ah, I keep hitting the wrong button here. that gave me issues. Just want to make sure this is working all right. Okay, cool. All right. How do I create my player collisions? Like the collision of the player with the collision shape. So I put everything into a layer. So like the player I put in layer 2, and I named that player, and it's only searching for terrain. So basically all players, they're only going to collide with terrain. And then for like enemies, like this enemy here, I have that in layer 3 called enemies, and it's only going to collide with terrain also. Because I don't want the enemies running into the player. I'm going to have separate areas to interact with the player, but I don't want them actually like colliding, like running into each other. I don't know if that answered your question. It's like your character collides pretty well. Can you see the wireframe it would take to use to build your walking character? Oh yeah, the player here. This player is just a capsule. But yeah, in Blender, I think you mentioned that in Blender, if you do the -col only, that'll make the collisions for you. But and in here, I don't need it to be that complicated. And here, it's just a capsule works fine. It slides on everything fine. In fact, I feel like if you did -col only in Blender with this character that I made, it would cause issues when you're running. Like, I feel like it would cause jittering. So I think just a simple capsule is better for the actual collision for a player. But what I think is important is you separate the collision with the terrain from the collision with enemies. Like, have a separate area to interact with enemies than your actual collision. Because you want the area to interact with enemies smaller than your actual like terrain collision, if that makes sense. But yeah, this capsule works fine for colliding with terrain. Slides on everything all right. Yeah, on your player, I wouldn't use more complex geometry for the collision. I think you should just stick with the simple capsule or sphere or something like that. Orange, what is that orange node I used for the trees? What is the orange node I used for the trees? Are you talking about this red thing? or this thing. This is this is another really good add-on called the Proton Scatter. So for this game, I'm using 3 add-ons. The State Chart add-on, the Proton Scatter add-on, and the Terrain 3D add-on. So the Terrain 3D add-on helps me sculpt this terrain pretty easily. The Proton Scatter is helping me just scatter these trees pretty easily. And I'll also use it to scatter rocks and stuff. And then the State Chart is functionality. So these spheres that you're seeing, the orange sphere and the red sphere, it's with the scatter stuff. So you can look up YouTube videos on the scatter add-on. Honestly, that's how I was when I started Godot. I didn't like add-ons, but once you start trying to create a game, you realize that they could help you a lot and save you a lot of time. I will say that all the add-ons I use are actually in the Godot library, so you can find them in the library, and I feel like these are more trustworthy than finding others online. So all 3 of those add-ons I use are in this library, so they're very trustworthy and they're constantly being updated. Yeah, I know. The add-ons are crazy, man. The add-ons are created by people a lot smarter than I am. I hope they get paid well for making these add-ons. I'm gonna make the dodge left state now. Basically the same thing as the dodge right state, just opposite direction. So we did an entered. Dodge left state. So same thing here, except I want the velocity to in the x direction to be -10. Let's see if that works. And then we also need to call it in strafing. To dodge left. To dodge left. Dodge left. Honestly, if this doesn't work, I don't have the energy tonight to fix it. But let's see if that worked. So let's see if the dodge left works. So we're running. We can lock on target with tab, and then we can dodge right and left. Oh, left is not working. Left is dodging in a weird direction. All right. So it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. That's fine. No, Dottie, I'm glad you are here to talk. Yeah, it's definitely more fun doing this stuff when people are here watching, right? And it's fun answering your questions, and it's fun generating these statues for the game. So feel free to ask as many questions as you want. I'm about to call it though, because I don't think I can do any more thinking. I've been streaming for how long? Almost 2 hours, so my coding brain is about tapped out. Sleep well. Yep. You're about to stream for 12 hours, or you're about to code for 12 hours? You have streamed for 12 hours for the last 3 days? That's insane, Dottie. I don't have time for that. Hey, that's good. I'm glad you can hyper-focus like that. I cannot. Alright, I am going to bed. I'm going to end stream. Thanks again for the follow. Hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good stream, Dottie.